Hey there, morning everybody. Good morning. So, I was sitting here, and the truth of the matter is, really truly, that I don't want to be up right now, because I went to bed at like after 2 o'clock in the morning, I think it was, or maybe it was just at 2. And when my alarm went off, I was like, oh my goodness, it can't be, it's time to get up already, no, but it was, and I contemplated just not doing conscious coffee until like 7 or 8 o'clock today, but here I am, right? A little bit late, but still. Hey, morning Addison, morning Steve. So last night I went to a seminar, and I was sitting here, and you guys are going to get kind of like a quick version of what turned out to be an over 3-hour seminar, and then some good conversation afterwards as well. But I titled today's conscious coffee because I said so, because I was just thinking about a whole bunch of different things, and the truth of the matter is, and it really is not even the truth, it just is, because truth is something that is different for each one of us. But that's the way the statement goes, right? The truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is that we create our experiences. We create the life that we're living. We create what is happening. And the past doesn't exist. The future doesn't exist. Not unless we're thinking about them. We experience them in the here and the now, but we experience them in our mind, and we can pull up that memory, and we can pull up the sensation, and we can think about it. And when we think about it, we're actually putting energy into those events. And here's the thing. There's plenty of fantastic things that have happened to each and every one of us in the past, and we could sit around and we could think about those, right? And sometimes we do. Those are called memories, right? We sit around and we think about those good memories, but we also sit around and we think about those bad memories. What if it was possible to think about your past bad memories, but do it in a way that you are actually bringing a message from you today back to the you of then? Maybe it's just the you of yesterday. It doesn't much matter. Maybe it's the you of last week. Maybe it's the you of 10 years ago, or the 5-year-old you. What if you could actually transfer loving energy from now to then? What if you could actually send back the thought to yourself while you are sitting there and just getting caught in that memory of whatever it is, and you see it for what it is. You see it from today's perspective. You see it right there. But instead of just witnessing it and reliving it and re-anchoring it into your body, because the body holds so much memory, emotional memory. We carry this memory within our body. That's where disease and all of our shit really comes from, right? What if you could go back? You could send this loving blanket, you could say, back to the you of whenever. And in sending that back, you actually started to heal that past experience. And I'm not talking about like sitting there and literally like closing your eyes and really remembering the whole and getting caught up in that emotion of whatever it was. No. You don't want to sit here and you don't want to bring up that emotion of that bad event. But if you get into it and you just come back and you go, hey, you from whatever. Yesterday I wrote an article and I was talking about the me from 1996. So what if after I get done with conscious coffee, I sit here for just 5 minutes Just 5 minutes, and I go into a meditation. And the shit that I was going through in 1996, or even the shit that, like in May of this year, I dealt with a nasty ass event that happened. I could take 5 minutes today, and maybe 5 minutes tomorrow, and maybe 5 minutes the next day. Maybe. Or maybe I just need to do it once. And I can actually sit here, think the thoughts of, you're going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. Look at how you turn out. Look at the decisions that you've made. Because that event happened, it led to this event and that event and that event and that event. Because that's exactly what it is. It's the tapestry of our life. We get so caught up on these really what we consider painful, unpurposeful, events that kind of throw us out of control and make us experience different things. We lose that control. We just don't feel like we have much to say in our life in those moments, right? We get caught up in the pain, in the suffering, and we actually believe that we have to suffer in this lifetime so that somewhere out there in our vast future of futures, which we don't even know what the fuck is going to happen there, that if we suffer right now in this moment, if we allow ourselves to suffer in this lifetime to that great degree, the more suffering we have, the more blessing we'll actually rack up and be able to enjoy in some other lifetime. What if this lifetime is nothing more than the lifetime of the same lifetime that we had when we were 5, the same lifetime that we had when we were 20, the same lifetime that we're going to have when we're 60, 80, or when we go through this thing called death, this transition? What if death is nothing more than just a door opening and closing, and we just walk through that door and there's all the same shit on the other side of the door? Who knows, right? Who knows? We all have different beliefs. Those beliefs are to each their own. All I'm saying is, what if you could, in this moment, close your eyes, think back to that bad experience, whether it was yesterday, 6 months ago, or 60 years ago. Take yourself back to that moment and tell yourself, hey, look, you're going to be okay. You're going to make it through. You're going to succeed at this. Yes, it's going to be hard. It's going to be painful, but you're going to make some really great decisions in your life. You're going to really come through this, and you're going to experience some fantastic things. What if we comforted that previous version of ourselves in that way? So there is this thought process that when we have a memory, that we are remembering this thing in our life, right? And then there is the here and the now. And from the here and the now, we can remember, or we can do what? We can look towards the future, which is imagining the future, right? We're envisioning the future. What happens in that crossover place where maybe there's some other version of us, that future version, and it is remembering this previous version of us, but the previous version is imagining that version of us in the future? What happens in that crossover, that transition area? That could be like that here and now. We could be, yes, we're catching memory, we're casting out imagination. But those deja vu moments where you just kind of feel like you've done it all before. What if it's actually a memory that you're capturing right there? What if you're remembering going through all of this before? I do this all the time, where I have these little feelings where I just don't know, but it feels like I've done this before. It feels like I just already know what the outcome is. I'm living basically in that right now. Right now I'm living my whole last couple months, and I feel kind of like probably till September of this year, for whatever reason, I'm going to be in this state of just kind of a feeling of limbo, because it feels like I've done this before, but at the same time, I haven't. And I feel so at ease about everything. I keep telling myself, you should freak out about this. Like the here and the now me believes that I should be worried about certain things, that I should be more concerned about certain things than what I am. But then there is this voice inside of me that just keeps saying, it's all going to be okay. Just breathe. It's all cool. This all works out. This all works out. And it works out in your favor. It works out the way you really need it to. Maybe that's just a whole bunch of journaling that I do because I journal every single day. Maybe I've just worked myself into this belief that everything is going to be okay because I attach myself to the experiences, to the feelings, to the thoughts that I want to be having versus just letting them roll through me and being, just swaying with whatever is coming my way, getting caught up in whatever is coming my way. Instead, I'm directing, because I am the director of my life, I am directing on a daily basis exactly what I want to have happen, what I want to call in, what I want to experience. Because the more we focus in on what we want, and we do it from a place of it already is, the more it just becomes. When we focus in on the things that we are so fearful of, whether we are doing it subconsciously or consciously, you can run around and you can try to affirm to yourself that life is wonderful, but if your life really isn't wonderful and you're running around and you're trying to affirm to yourself that your life is wonderful, but your belief, friend, that logical brain is looking around going, hey dude, yeah, this is not wonderful. You call this wonderful? And you start racking up the 1, 2, 3s of why it's not wonderful. Then what are you going to experience? You're going to experience exactly that. You're going to call in more of what you don't think is wonderful. You're going to call in more of what you fear. You're going to call in more of what you dread. The doubts that you have, the anxiety that you have, it all comes from this place of what we are actually focusing on. When we focus in on our gratitudes, when we focus in on joy, on love, on connection, on laughter, on all of that stuff, and we truly make that our focus point, then that's what we experience more of. Our world is created moment by moment by us, and at the same time there is this transition period of us imagining our future and remembering our past. And somewhere in the middle is where we, in the here and the now, meet this. And when we tune in, tap in, align, that's where we find our flow. Because we're just cycling. We're just cycling through. So it really is about what you're claiming. What are you saying? Because I said so before, because you said so. What are you saying so to? How is your life actually showing up for you? Is it showing up the way you want? If it's not, then think about exactly what you do want. Make your focus more on what you want than what you don't want. Be cautious of how you word that. Because if you're wording your things from fear, from ego, well, I don't want that to happen. I don't want this to happen. I don't want to lose my house. Oh my goodness, I don't. Imagine if I sat around and I just thought about how I didn't want to lose my house and how I really didn't want to move. I really don't want to move. So I'm going to sit around and I'm going to really think about, oh my gosh, I really don't want to move. I don't want to move. So I don't want to lose my house and I don't want this to happen. I don't want that to happen. Blah, 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 blah. What do you think would actually end up happening in a pretty short period of time if that's all I focused in on? Now, I just moved, so I definitely don't want to have to move again. I have no desire to move again. That would be like 10 times even more, right, than anything. But if I ran around and spent my days with this energy of I don't want to move again, Lord, that's like the last thing I want to move, and I have actually anxiety around it, then what I'm actually doing is I'm pulling in this energy of I don't want to move, which means that I'm really caught up in the anxiety, the fear of losing what I already have, instead of just appreciating what I have, which is a great house. I appreciate my house. I'm loving my house. It just is. It is exactly what I want. And then just coming at it from yeah, it's a habit. Like, of course. People don't run around consistently worrying about where they're living. I mean, some people do. I actually used to. That used to be a program that I had, because there was a time in my life where my ex-husband and I, we literally moved so much that my new norm in reality was that we moved a lot. So I became comfortable with moving. Yeah, I was anxiety ridden by having to move. And then I just one day decided, I'm not moving. End of story. There is no need. I am content right here. And that planted my feet exactly where I needed to be for years. But on the front side of that, there was this energy around moving, around just that, oh my goodness, what if this happens? What if that happens? This is going to happen. I could see the writing on the wall before it ever was there. So I actually started going into the creation of making that happen, because I got literally caught up on that loop of, I don't want to move. I don't want to move. Oh my God, not another house. I'm going to no sooner get this house unpacked, and I'm going to have to turn around and pack again, because we're going to have to do But that was all me creating it. I was saying so. So the universe, God, source, did exactly that and brought it to me and said, okay, since you really are, you got a lot of energy around this, like you're really focused on it, you must want to move. So here you go, girl. Here, let's move you again, because you are so focused on this. That fear of not having the stability is what actually rooted my instability, instead of just the acceptance of the stability that I had and allowing that to take root by my actions. Because my thoughts, my fears, created these thoughts around what I wasn't having, which brought up a whole bunch of emotion, which attached itself to the fear and to everything that I had already been through those past experiences, and kept them a reality. They kept them a reality because I was so focused, so stinking focused on what I just knew, the experience that I had. This is my pattern. This is my habit. I'm owning it. I'm buying into it. Therefore, it is just showing up again. It's just showing up again and again and again and again and again and again. And as long as we focus in, as long as we just keep that focus on exactly what we don't want it to be, even if we are doing it in a way of trying to affirm that it is, then what we are doing is we are keeping ourselves in that old loop and basically forcing it to happen. So take caution in how you affirm what you want, and actually affirm it instead of push it away. Take a sip of coffee. So when I say just because I said so, creation work, as I refer to it, creation work, manifesting our dreams, our goals, our desires, is about imagining your future, remembering your past, bringing those two together in a synchronistic event. Now, granted, you might say, well, we can't create our synchronistic events. You can start by right now sending that loving energy back to yourself and focusing in on the picture that you want to have happen. Notice what you're drawn to. Notice the feelings that you are having. What are those things? How actually in alignment are you? You can do this by noticing how you feel around something, and that is that. Do you feel like it is truly in your core? Do you feel like almost like you're remembering it happened? Kind of like what I said on the front side of this one. I've got all this stuff that's going on, and And there's this voice inside of me. There's just this comfort inside of me that I just go, I know it's all going to be okay. I just know it's going to work out. I know. I don't necessarily know how. But even in that way, there are some things that I feel like almost like I'm having some psychic recall on it, you could say. Because I'll think about it. I'll be like, oh, I just know this is going to happen. And there's no real reason for it. But then it just happens. And it doesn't, I'm not going, oh my God, I can't believe that that just happened. I might have a, oh my goodness, but it's more of a, oh my goodness, I knew that was going to happen. Of course it was. Of course it was. So what are we doing? We're normalizing our desires in this point of creation. What we have to do is we have to normalize. And that means, I was trying to explain this to somebody yesterday, and I don't think I did a very good job of it. I really, really don't. Because I think that he did the deer in the headlights look with me. And it just was not, I don't think I did. So maybe I can do this a little bit better for you guys. To normalize our desires is to, I mean, it just is what I said. We're normalizing our desires. We're creating the habit of normal in what we desire. So we normalize it by when something actually starts to take place, there's this expectation, this childlike enthusiasm over getting what we want. The, oh my goodness, yeah, I can't believe that this happened. That whole like, oh my goodness, when little kids come down the stairs and they get so excited about there being Christmas presents underneath the tree. They fully believed that Santa was going to come. They were so just excited about it. They were anticipating it. There was turn on joy around it. But at the same time, they just knew. They knew that Santa was going to come, right? So there is that childlike joy around our desires of them coming in. And when they show up, we go, oh, wow. But at the same time, we don't want to make too big of a deal about it. It's like we high-five God, we high-five ourselves, we high-five the experience, you could say. That's like, woo, woo, right? But that's about the woo it should get. It shouldn't be, I'm going to talk about it for the next week and tell everybody that, oh my goodness, this happened. Can you believe this happened? Oh my gosh, I just can't believe this happened. This took place and that took place and then this happened and then that happened and blah, 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 blah. And oh my gosh, I just can't believe. Do you see what I'm doing in that? I am literally casting away my desires. So it's going to turn out that my desires are just, the desires that have manifested are just a flash in the pan, you could say. They're just, pew, and they're gone. And I'm going to basically push them away from being too excited over them showing up. Because when we push our excitement out to that level, we push it into the I don't believe this is happening. I don't believe that that happened. And what is that program? Program is, I just said it to you, right? I don't believe. Well, if you want anything in this world, you first of all have to believe in it. First of all, have to believe in it. Normalize your desires. Normalize them. Turn them into a habit, and the creation, the manifestation of them is an, of course this happened. Of course this is. Well, why wouldn't it be? So there is a, oh my goodness, yay. And I'll take like the parking spot. I manifest parking spots constantly. Well, not constantly. I mean, I have to sort of be behind the wheel of a car and driving and needing a parking spot. It's not like all of a sudden parking spots just go pop, 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 pop. Yeah, no. But when I go into a parking lot, I will think about, my neighbor's dog is getting into something. So when I pull into a parking lot, I will actually see myself parking closer to the store, or just finding a parking spot with ease. And that I do frequently. I'm just going to find a parking spot with ease. And then as I'm coming through, I will be led to just kind of go down one row instead of another. And sure enough, more than likely than not, as I'm slowly going down this line, a car will just, it could be cram-packed, but a car will just back out right in front of me, and a parking spot will just reveal itself. It'll just happen. It's normally within the first four parking spots of wherever I'm going. So I got like with those first 4 spots are normally exactly where you're going to find me parking, because that's what always happens. Somebody just, that's my norm. I go, okay, I need a parking spot, and I just kind of feel it happening as though it just already is. There is no like, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to get a parking? Nope, I'm probably going to have to park at the back of the parking lot, because I always park at the back of the parking lot. Oh, but I really don't want to park at the back of the parking lot today. I really want to park closer. But yeah, there's never any parking spots out front. No. Is that going to draw in the energy? Is that going to get God to literally rework the universe in my favor for that parking spot? And I know this is goofy, parking spots, right? But this is the beginning stages of learning how to manifest, is to focus in on something small like that, like manifesting a parking spot. If you get overly excited about the manifestation of a parking spot, then you are showing your disbelief in your own power of manifesting that parking spot, of drawing in the perfect opportunity where 2 are crossing over and meeting right where you're at in that moment. Okay? But that is exactly what we have to do, is that it's just enough expectation, but a hell of a lot of normalcy, so that we don't put out the I don't believe this energy. Because if we're not believing something, if we find ourselves going, it's too good to be true, and guys who watch this, let me tell you, because I've heard this through the years from lots of different men, the relationships that I've had, and I have men tell me, you're too good for me. I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you in my life. And I've even had different people throughout time tell me that. I don't deserve you in my life. What are we actually saying when we say that to somebody? I don't deserve you in my life. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe that you're still here. Well, you're so focused in on the fact that you don't deserve, because you believe that you don't deserve that relationship. You're actually pushing that relationship away. Where you're looking for the, like, okay, what is it that is wrong with me? What is it that if you're looking for the wrong, if you're looking for the disbelief, if you're looking for the not worthy, then you're always going to feel like there's something wrong. You're not worthy. There's this going on. There's that going on. And it's just, that's where your focus is. If you feel not worthy and you focus in on all the ways that you're not worthy, that you're not, the right in your eyes person for the job, for the other person, for the house, for the whatever the fuck you're trying to, connect to, and you just don't feel worthy of. You can't believe that this happened. You can't believe that this person would actually want to go on a date with you. You can't believe that this person would actually want to be in your life for a longer period of time. You can't believe that they actually hired you, because you just don't feel like you have the qualifications for it. You just don't believe it. Then even if you get it, because the excitement will pull it in, and you'll have this moment where you have this split second where you align to it, and in that moment of alignment to it, you call it in, and then all of a sudden you meet the person, you get the house, you get the job, you get the landslide of money, whatever it is, right? It comes in and you're like, holy shit, I can't believe that happened. And as soon as you say that, you break the chain. You break exactly what you're wanting to hold on to. And you are confirming with that statement of, I can't believe, just that. And therefore, it will run away from you. It will run away from you. You enjoy it while it's there, because it's only going to be there for a second, because you've already commanded it out of your life. You've already sent it out and said, I don't deserve this. So if you don't deserve it, and you really believe that you don't deserve it, then guess what? You will do everything in your energetic power to cast it away from you. You will push it away because you feel like you don't deserve it, because you feel like there's a disbelief that whatever it is still there. Oh my gosh, it's still there. Why is this still here? Why does this keep showing up? Stop looking for the whys. Stop disbelieving that you're capable of having this blessing. You're capable of having this money come to you, this relationship come to you, this sex come to you, this opportunity come to you, this job, house, car, friendship, child. It does not matter what it is. Stop saying that you don't believe it, because if you don't believe it, then it'll go away. It'll go away. I mean, how does it feel when somebody, and I'm pretty sure that everybody can relate to this, because I think that we've all had moments where there's something in our life that we don't feel like we deserve, and we have 1,000,001 reasons as to why we don't deserve it. So we're so critical about ourselves that we're just going to beat ourselves up to that point that we can't help it, right? We're really not worthy of it. At the same time, we've probably had moments, I think everybody's probably had a moment where there's just, somebody else telling us that they don't feel worthy of whatever we've done. It is that, I can't believe that, and typically this happens like in friendship or something, or something that we do that's just being a nice person. We show up for somebody in a way that they never expected, to show them love, you could say. Love, compassion, empathy. We show up and we just give it to them, and it's not that big of a deal to us because it's just us being us. But to them, it is this big ass deal, and they're like, wow, I can't believe you did that. I can't believe that. If somebody comes along and they are constantly telling you that they don't believe that it's happening. Let's take a relationship. I mean, I had a marriage where my ex-husband now, ex, he made sure of that because he never felt worthy of me. And from the very first moments, he told me how much he desired me, how happy he was to have me. But he also, in so many ways, made sure that I knew that he didn't deserve me, to the point that he would repeatedly tell me, I don't feel like I deserve you. I don't feel it. You make me want to be a better man, but I don't deserve you. And that not deserving me, in his mind, actually prevented him from becoming a better man. It sabotaged him through procrastination and fear and ego-based thinking to do those things that would, in the long run, I'm a very stubborn person, so I hang out probably too long, much longer than what I should. It prevented him from becoming the man that he could have became over the course of our relationship. Meanwhile, because I didn't deserve him, there was this program getting built of, you're right, you don't deserve me because I'm doing this, and I was off and I was going this way, right? But he's doing this. So it forced a separation between us because he was so stuck on, I don't deserve this relationship. And actually the relationship I just got out of was kind of similar in that same essence of me being told a few times in that relationship, I feel like I don't deserve you. And him looking at all the other potentials out there that I had because, open relationship. So you look at other potential men in my life and go, why are you with me? Because so-and-so has this, and I don't have. So there is a feeling right there of, I don't deserve you. I'm not good enough. I don't bring to the table everything that you need. Instead of just the appreciation and the acceptance of, this is happening right now. This is fantastic. And I'm going to stay in alignment to it. I'm going to do what I need to stay in alignment to this. So we stay in alignment, in flow, quite literally just with our thinking And I say thinking because it is the thinking that brings up the emotion. Our thoughts create the emotion. 98% of the time. I'm a woman, so I'm convinced that during certain times of the month that hormones cause emotions, which bring up thinking, which cause more emotions. I do believe that. So if you're a woman, and I think that guys go through this too. Guys do have like that 2% where shit just happens and their hormones get off, and that leads to emotion, which leads to thought, which leads back to more intense emotion. In general, though, the emotions that we feel, that we experience, are thought-created emotion. And that thought-created emotion is us at our core letting ourselves know if we're in alignment or not. If you want to know if you're in alignment to the life that you claim you want, you don't have to go any further than just touching base with your emotions, with what you're feeling, right? Because that right there is exactly what is going on. Is that it is our GPS system. If we are not in alignment to that we say that we want, the relationship, the job, the money, the opportunities, the houses, the whatever, even like like there's people who have fertility issues, or infertile in whatever way, so they're going through all this. What are they thinking about? They're thinking about, this is never going to happen. I don't believe that this is going to happen. Sure, just another little thing that I'm going to try. No, you do. You do or you don't do. Either way you're making a decision. No such thing as trying. Trying does not even happen. No. Because you could say, well, but I gave it my best try. Did you? Did you really? You gave it your best try? Did you actually change the thoughts? Did you actually change your emotions around it? Did you really focus in on the having it? Or are you still focused in on the not having it? Because if you're doing the physical action to get it, but you're focusing in on the not having it, where you're focusing in that emotion, that thought is stronger than any action that you could take. So you're telling yourself, I'm not going to get this no matter how hard I work for it. No matter what I sacrifice for it, it's still not going to happen, because it never happens to me. Never, ever, 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 ever does it happen to me. This stuff just doesn't happen. This is my track record. Let me show you my resume about this. And my track record, my resume shows that this shit does not happen to me. So I am 100,000% convinced that no matter what I do, this isn't going to work. Sure, it might have an appearance every now and then. Like every now and then I get my hopes up really about this. I go, oh my God, it's going to happen, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And I see it happening, and then poof, something blows it up. Something causes this shit in my life to erupt again. Always at this critical time too. Let me tell you, like right when it was just starting to just get so good in my life, that's when it always blows up. You see that confirmation that I'm saying in that? Does that feel like something that you do to yourself in some area of your life, where you're just like waiting for that other shoe to drop, waiting for that to happen? As long as you're waiting for it to happen, you're not believing your current reality. You're not believing what you have created in this moment. You're not believing your desires. You're most certainly not normalizing your desires and your dreams by constantly going, I don't believe that. I don't believe it. Yeah. If you don't believe it, then if it's in your life, it's not going to hang out very long. And if it isn't in your life, then it's not going to come in. Or if it does come in, it's just going to be like, hey, just want you to know that I'm here, but I'm not staying by. Because you're more focused on the not having, which is going to create the anger, which is going to create the depression, which is going to create the anxiety, which is going to create the feeling of loss, the feeling of not having. That's where that missing energy comes in. If you have a missing energy, then you are pushing whatever you are missing, you are pushing it away from you, not calling it into you in that moment. So they're going to go, oh God, I miss this relationship. I miss having this happen. I miss the romance. I miss the house. I miss that location. I miss that job a lot. I miss this, I miss that, I miss the good old days when my body was flexible and lean and toned and I could eat whatever I want. I miss that. And I know that that's like one of those little things, like, why are you talking about like missing that? Well, we have this belief that as we age, shit happens to us. As we age, our bodies fall apart. As we age, our memory gets worse. As we age, disease kicks in. As we age, of course, that we have normalized all this shit, and we focus in on it as though it is our reality, even though it is not yet our reality. Really, truly. And it's crazy if you think about it. Just because it's like, who the hell made up these rules that say that when you turn 30, now in your 30s, all this stuff is going to happen. And then when you turn 50, all this stuff is going to happen. So you might as well just settle in and realize that the good old days are gone and that it's all over. It's all downhill from here. It is downhill from here. I love this one because this is one that I really do get told a lot by other people. People will look at me and go, wow, I can't believe you have 7 children. You don't even look like you should have 1 child. I can't believe that you have a 23-year-old. There's no way you can have a 23-year-old. And there is this belief and then the statement of, and I hate, you want to know something that I hate? I hate it when somebody says, oh, you look really good for having 7 children. I'm like, so are you telling me that if I didn't have any children, I look like shit right now? No, you don't. Well, no, of course not. That's not what they're saying. But what they're saying, or maybe that is what they're saying, I don't know. Doesn't really fucking matter. But what they're saying is my belief is that when you have children, it destroys you. My program is that being the mother of 1 child, you might be able to recover from that. You might be able to do this or do that and have energy for this and look a certain way from recovering from 1 child. But if you have more than 1, or 2 tops, oh my goodness, that's just gonna you're not gonna look good. You're not gonna be in shape. You're not gonna have any energy. Your health is gonna be this. Your house is gonna be a total train wreck. This is gonna happen. That's gonna happen. And there's this program around that. As a mother of multiples, that you're basically just fucked for the rest of your life. Looks wise, physically wise, energetically, I had one person tell me they were telling me that they couldn't afford me because they're parents. And they really needed the couples coaching. But they looked at my price and they said, we just can't afford you. We have 2 children and they're young and we're raising them, and it's expensive to have children and we just can't keep up with it, and we can't afford you because we didn't realize it was going to cost as much, and it's just and to have these kids, it costs too much money, so we can't afford to work with you. And then in that same statement they told me, I just don't know how can you do it? Because you have 7 children and you don't have a partner in your life and this and da. So how can you afford to raise your children? How can you afford to do that? Oh my gosh, that must be some astronomical amount. How do you do it? There's so much disbelief in that. You see, these are the programs that we live by, the programs that set our life into the cycles that we put out there, the programs that destroy our here and now, because some dumbass out there decided that what we should all believe is that life is shit, and that as you age, it's all downhill, and that you can't have this happen or that happen, and at this age, this is going to happen, and at that age, that's going to happen, and that this is the only way. Not so. Not so. Does not have to be your reality. Is only your reality because you choose it to be your reality. If you're not happy with where you're at, then fucking choose to think differently. Choose to emotionalize differently. Choose to experience your life differently. It's up to each and every one of us. That's what it is. It's totally up to each and every one of us. We make a choice in how we react to every single situation. And those reactions come from how we are experiencing, and that means the thoughts that we are having pertaining to something. So the emotion that we are putting into it. If we are thinking negative thoughts and we are thinking about the don't haves and that this is what always happens and here's my track record and it's never going to be any different because this is all I know. It's never going to be any different. It's always going to be this. It's always going to be that. This is what always happens. Always, always, always. Well, then you must really want it to continue down that path because you're saying it always happens. Change your fucking language. Change your thinking. That will change how you feel, which will change your life experience to something. It really will. But you've got to first of all push through and realize that you are not a victim to this thing called life. You are not a victim to your current circumstances. You are not a victim to the way people are choosing to show up in your life. You are not a victim to how little you have in abundance. No. You're volunteering. You are creating it. You are co-creating it with God, the universe. It is your thoughts, your energy, your emotions that has things stirring around in your life. So you can put on the happiest face on the planet. You can do all the right actions. You get all the dance moves accurate. You can make it look really, really pretty on the outside. This package called you and your life. You can do all this different stuff. But if inside at your core, you are really, truly freaking the fuck out, then what will keep showing up is freak the fuck out in your energy, in your emotions, and that will bring to you everything that it always has. And that's what's going to cause you to, it'll pull away what you want because you're not normalizing your desires. You're consistently normalizing what your past experience has been and pulling it forward and going, yep, I'm just going to experience this again right here. Oh, no, yep, I'm going to experience this again right here. So you're looking for it to happen. And whatever you're looking for to have happen, whatever you're looking for to feel, whatever you're looking for is exactly what you're going to find. Because that's where your roadmap is going to take you, is to the thing that you're looking for, right? If you plug into your GPS system, your destination, and you follow exactly what that GPS system tells you to do, you just follow this turn and that turn, and you go quite literally, in 100 feet, turn left. I mean, if you do this, and you just follow along, then yeah, you're going to end up at that destination. So what the hell are you plugging into your GPS system? That's you plugging it into your GPS system. Nobody else. You're plugging it in. Where are you putting yourself? Where are you taking yourself? Own that shit. Own it so that you can change it. Don't be the victim. Why are you giving up your power? That is literally going to hemorrhage your power out to everything else and everybody else because you are handing it all over to something outside yourself and then just going, I'm just going to take my hands off the wheel. I have no control over this. No control over this. Nope, I don't. I'm just going to let my life just throw me around. That's just going to happen. No, you're fucking hemorrhaging your power to, it's just like you're bleeding out all your power over your life, over your experiences by just going, no, I'm going to just buy that old bullshit program and it's just going to manifest again. And it's just going to manifest again. And I'm still not going to get the guy. I'm still not going to meet the girl. I'm still not going to have the sex that I want. I'm never going to get that promotion. I always get passed up at work. Always. No matter how much I work, I'm there later. I get there earlier. I do work for other people. And I'm the one who always get passed up. They always give the promotion to somebody else. I'm the one who's like, I'll go and I'll meet that person and I'll talk to them and I'm nice to them. I'm being legitimate and I'm being real with them. And they turn around and like, yeah, you're nice. You're a nice woman. You're a nice guy. And then they turn around and they're totally gung-ho over this other person who didn't even treat them nice. Didn't even treat them nice. Why? Why? Why does blessing fall on everybody else but not on me? Why does that good shit happen to everybody else but not to me? Because you believe it can't happen to you. Because you believe that it can't stay in your life. Because you're missing it in your life so damn much that you're pushing it away from your life right now. That's the plain and simple truth. So change your stinking thinking around stuff to a positive thinking. Change it. Make what you want a reality. Normalize it. Feel into that. And the world is your oyster. It really, truly is. Anything you want, look at it like a great big catalog and you're just putting in your order. Put in the right order. If you order the right stuff, if you order the wrong stuff, you got nobody to complain to but yourself. You write down the wrong product number. You wrote down the wrong product number. That was you. Nobody else. So, own your shit. Realize it is because you said so. You said so. I said so for my life. You said so for your life. Sometimes we meet and we make stuff happen. Good and bad, however we're perceiving it. It's where we cross over. But normalizing what you want and being very, very cautious over what you are actually putting out, how you're actually saying it, and even more so, how you are experiencing it in the here and the now. In the here and the now. So, okay, guys. I feel a closure. I think I need a sip of coffee because my voice is getting all raspy. It just means I did too much talking yesterday, which I did a lot of talking yesterday. But I am starting a class tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first day of my Stop Fucking Around class. It is an alignment ass kickery workshop. 10 days, one-on-one attention with me here on Facebook Live. It's going to be really, really phenomenal. I'm working with people. I mean, this is the perfect opportunity. If you don't have the opportunity to work with me one-on-one, come to my office, do, coaching over the phone, do any of this different stuff. This is, like the value behind this, you're not even going to believe it. It's going to be giving you this in-depth process as to how to move through these 10 different things that I have picked out to really help you stop fucking around with your life and start manifesting exactly what you want. I mean, wouldn't it be nice just to have what you want just kind of appear, kind of like you really did put in the order and it just showed up at your doorstep and bam, there it is. It's right there. Well, it can happen. It really is just some minor little changes. So take the opportunity, click on the link that you're going to see. It's pinned on this post right here to my Stop Fucking Around workshop on Facebook here. I'm doing the first day tomorrow. You do not want to miss the first day. Although everything will be recorded, the group is going to be open for about 2 weeks. I'm going to keep that group open. I'm going to take the time to work through. There's going to be a lot of group coaching, a lot of group events going on in there, lots of sharing and all that good stuff. But at the same time, what is going to be taking place is that I'm going to be moving everything over to a course page. So you're going to have lifetime access to everything. So if you do miss out on tomorrow or on any day, once you sign up, Let's say you can't make it because you didn't catch the live training or whatever, no worries. It's going to be available. It'll be there for you. And the one-on-one is that you're actually going to get one-on-one exposure, not just in those group trainings, but you're going to have the opportunity to have that one-on-one exposure to me, and I'm going to be coaching you directly, which I don't do unless you are one of my normally my VIP inner circle people. those people, they can message me whenever. If you're not family, if you're not a friend, if I'm not in a relationship with you of some sort, and I mean a relationship, like I know you some way, like I'm working with you, I'm sleeping with you, you're in my family, you're in my circle of friends, then chances are when you message me on Facebook, you're not going to really get the time of day from me, because I really focus in on putting my energy towards the people that I know and that I am working with and that I am experiencing, and we're all moving forward together. So if you want to be part of that experience and get that one-on-one training and kind of get that ass curriculum about exactly what you're going through, not just in that group scenario, then this is the perfect opportunity. This really, truly is the perfect opportunity to really just latch in there and make yourself known and get that connection, because it is going to be 10 days of life-changing results. Quite literally, every single day you listen to the live training, you do the work that I have put together in there. Start off by doing the preliminary work, get those questions answered, start feeling those changes, access that, and what it's going to, at the end of this 10 days, you're going to access a whole new aspect of yourself. You're going to have these realizations, these awakenings, and you're going to already start to change these programs, because we change our stinking thinking, as I've been calling it, right? We change that stinking thinking like this in one split second, but we have to have that aha moment of like, oh, now I get it. Now I get it. Because you can analyze it all you want, and you can think that you know something all day long, and you can have read 50,000 books and taken 1,000,001 courses, but until you actually know it, believe it, feel it, and have that aha moment, change is not going to happen. So my goal is, over the course of 10 days of really action-based coaching, is to push you through your shit enough that you get these oh my god aha moments, so that basically we can take what might take you 3, 4, 5, sometimes 20 years, depending on who you're working with, right? There's plenty of people out there that are going through all these therapies and counselings and this and that, and they're doing all this work, and they're just not getting any movement. And it's because they're so focused in on re-anchoring all that just is, and really reliving that and replaying those records and focusing in on that stuff. And I don't really fucking care about what your record was. We might touch in on a little bit, but we're dealing with the you right here and now, because this is the version of you that you are living in this moment. And this version is the version that is going to create the next version and the next version and the next version of yourself. So you need to get very clear with what is going on right here, right here. Get this in alignment. Start to feel into it. Get familiar with that word. Feel into it. Align to it. And learn how to really, not really casting out, directing, guiding, opening up your desires, but pulling in what already is out there, because that future you has already lived it. That future you that you want to be, that you in 5 years from now. Who is that you in 5 years from now? What is that you in 5 years from now doing? How are they feeling? How are they acting? What is the things that they have going on? Well, the more you get into alignment with that by starting doing that right now, the more you're going to experience that future version that you want to have happen, not the one that you don't want to have happen, not the one that you fear, but the one that you want. That's what we're going to get you in alignment to. We're going to get you more in alignment with that you, so that you can have that you for sure in the here and the now, and you can literally start watching your blessings manifest in no time at all. Absolutely no freaking time at all. So click on the link. Come join me and stop fucking around. It starts tomorrow, live training tomorrow here on Facebook. If you have any questions, feel free to private message me on that. Otherwise, just click the link, register, get your ass in there, get going, and let's go create that fuck yes life for all of us. Okay, guys, as always, stop existing, start living. I love you guys, and I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee.